Penny the pig lived on a sunny farm nestled between green, rolling hills and dotted with sunflowers. Her cozy red barn sat near the edge of a bubbly creek, where dragonflies danced in the warm breeze. Penny was no ordinary pig. She had a nose for treasure. Not gold or jewels, but curious things like shiny buttons, bouncy balls, odd socks, old toy parts, and squeaky shoes. She loved finding new uses for forgotten bits. But one morning, as she tripped over a mountain of sock puppets, she squealed, "Oink! That's it. I'm opening a shop." The other animals chuckled. "A pig with a store," snorted Gary the goat. But Penny simply grinned. She was already planning. Penny got right to work. She rolled up her polka-dotted sleeves and swept the corner of her barn with a feather duster she found in her sock pile. She laid down patchwork rugs made from old picnic blankets. Then she built wobbly shelves from mismatched crates, painted them with leftover paint, and strung twinkling fairy lights across the rafters. At the entrance, she hammered up a big sign that read, "Penny's Perfect Shop. We sell a bit of everything." On opening day, she tied balloons to hay bales and cut a ribbon using a spaghetti noodle, with a dramatic snap. The animals gathered, watching curiously. The shop door jingled. An old bicycle bell Penny had glued to a spoon. Henrietta the hen waddled in, eyes wide. "Do you sell nesting feathers?" she clucked. Penny gasped and began rummaging through a glass jar labeled, "Fluffy Bits." She pulled out a bright pink feather boa. Henrietta's beak dropped open. "Perfect," she clucked. They giggled as Penny wrapped the boa in brown paper and tied it with grass string. Henrietta dropped a shiny pebble into Penny's payment box. Penny beamed, her first real customer. Word spread like butter on toast. Soon animals lined up outside. Benny the bunny skipped in and bought marbles that clacked like music. Gary the goat tried on googly glasses and bumped into a broom. Sally the sheep traded her finest wool for rainbow yarn. Penny scribbled sales in her important shop notebook, a scrapbook held together with tape and stickers. She even accepted trades. One shiny button for 2 carrot cupcakes, or a wind-up mouse in exchange for a storybook. Her tail curled with joy. Business was blooming. One blustery morning, the shop was packed. Ducks quacked in the corner. Squirrels squealed over who saw the silver spoon first. Someone knocked over a jelly bean jar, and the floor turned into a sticky rainbow. Penny stood on a crate, waving her hooves. "One at a time, please." But no one heard her over the excitement. Exhausted, she flopped into a beanbag behind the counter and sighed. "I can't do this alone." She pulled out glitter glue and wrote, "Help wanted," on a pizza box lid. The next day, 2 eager faces showed up. Timmy the toad croaked proudly, wearing a bow tie. Lila the lamb wore a flower crown and hummed as she walked in. Penny grinned and handed them vests made from old bandanas, plus sparkly name tags. Timmy's sticky toes were perfect for organizing buttons and marbles on high shelves. Lila's bow made the perfect bell ring for new customers. Business ran like a dream. Penny finally had time to nibble her apple slices and even nap on a pile of scarves. One rainy afternoon, thunder rumbled. The door creaked open and a tall figure in a cloak stepped in. "Do you have something unusual?" they whispered. Penny's ears twitched. She thought, then reached into her super mysterious drawer and held out an invisible marble. The figure gasped, "I've been looking everywhere." They placed a gleaming gold coin on the counter and vanished into the mist. Penny stood frozen, then giggled with delight. Her treasure had found its perfect match. The forest buzzed with excitement. It was time for the annual forest market. Penny packed her wagon with dancing cups, squishy shoes, a singing spoon, and a wind chime made from forks. She decorated her booth with patchwork bunting and blinking lights. Animals from far and wide gathered. Hedgehogs gasped. Owls hooted in awe. A raccoon bought a music box shaped like a sandwich. By afternoon, a squirrel in a sparkly vest handed Penny a ribbon that read, "Most unusual goods." Penny's tail wagged like never before. Disaster struck. The lemonade stand ran out of cups. The puppet show curtain ripped. Ducklings cried because their balloons flew away. Yes, but Penny was ready. She handed out paper cups from her cart, patched the curtain with sticky tape and polka dot fabric, and even gave the ducklings silly hats from her dress-up emergency kit. The festival cheered. 3 cheers for Penny, the crowd shouted. She turned bright pink and waved shyly. Her little shop had saved the day. That night, Penny returned to the barn, tired but glowing. She hung her most unusual goods ribbon above the door and turned on her twinkly lights. Timmy and Lila joined her with lemonade and a bowl of jelly beans. The shop sparkled with warmth. She looked around at her shelves, her treasures, her friends. "It's not just the stuff," she said softly. "It's the stories we share." And from that moment on, Penny's perfect shop became more than a store. It became the heart of the farm.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the adventure, please give us a like, share with your friends, and hit that subscribe button to follow our channel for more magical stories. Join us next time for another exciting journey. Sweet dreams and see you soon.